Hello everyone, my name is Han Kui Win and the topic of my presentation is the history of Android. The reason I chose this topic is because my project is about sorting emails inside of the Gmail API. Since Gmail is owned by Google and is a major part in the early integration of Android, I decided this would be my topic. So what is Android? To any iPhone purist or anyone that simply doesn't know what Android is, it is a Linux-based operating system owned by Google and is utilized by smartphones worldwide. It is estimated that the Android operating system is worth approximately $2.5 billion and it holds approximately 85% of the phone market. But before Android could have become the giant it is today, it was simply Android Incorporated, founded by 4 people in 2013. The original intent of Android Incorporated was actually to design a more intelligent system to be utilized in cameras. However, in the 2 years since the founding of Android Incorporated, they had a difficult time securing investors. This is where Google comes in. Google bought Android in 2005 and then spent the next 2 years creating the SDKs required for the beta Android version in 2007. Then, in 2008, the first Android smartphone was released. The image here shows the HTC Dream, also called the T-Mobile G1. This phone was honestly a pretty underwhelming release, as only 1 million units were sold by April 2009. Many people criticized the hardware, saying the overall design was lacking. Interestingly enough, this phone, which utilized the Android One, had no codename. It was only in Android 1.5 that the first suite-based codename existed. The reason they gave this codename was because the developers believed that the users of Android would have sweetened lives. But more importantly, in Android 1.5, the virtual keyboard was integrated into the operating system. This allowed manufacturers to create phones that did not require a hardware keyboard, and this greatly improved the design. Fast forward approximately 10 years with the many different versions of Android, we are now at Android 10. Google decided that with Android 10 that it would rebrand the logo and remove the dessert codenames. More importantly, Android 10 had a major overhaul in permissions that would clearly inform the user on what permissions apps would use and gave more direct control to users to decide when apps were allowed to use these permissions. But just recently, Android 11 was already announced and is in development. The beta branch of Android 11 has already shown the features of native screen recording, increased touch sensitivity, and editing your notification history. By the end of 2020, Android 11 is expected to be released. And these are the many references I used when researching my presentation. Thank you for your time.